guys, and welcome back to Sparkle Me Pink. My name's Michelle and I am just on a roll today. So I wanted to share with you, because I've gotten a little fed up with myself, some of the foundations that I have, because I feel like I'm not 100% happy with any of them, and I want to give reasons as to what it is that I love, what it is that I wish that it did, or what I'm looking for, because I would love to hear your suggestions on what it is that you're loving, and I want to try it. So let me know what your favorite foundation is down below, but I want to talk about what I have. So maybe you could be like, oh, I saw she tried that, but if she liked that, maybe she'll like this, and we could kind of have a discussion down below. You know, this isn't all just totally about me, so maybe I could share some of my opinions, you could share some of yours, and we have a big friendly makeup friendship down there in the description. No, in the comments. You know what I meant, sorry. So, okay, so let's just get right into it. The foundation that I'm pulling out of this pile is the NYX Total Control Liquid something or other. You mix it up. It's a dropper-like foundation. I was so excited. I got this at Generation Beauty. I was stoked to try it out because it had just come out, and you know, Cover FX has those custom drops, and I thought this would be very similar. I even went out and bought the stupid brush to go with it, which I actually like the brush, spoiler alert. I like the brush, I don't like the foundation. This reminds me, I did a video of it, a L'Oreal Magic foundation. It was in like a square bottle. I'll see if I can find it and link it so you guys can know what I'm talking about, but it has that consistency. I could see how somebody who has like super smooth, beautiful skin loving this, but if you have super smooth, beautiful skin, you probably don't need this much foundation, because it's very covery, it's very chalky on me. It would just bunch up on all of my dry spots and just make them look like, I don't like using this. I force myself to use it because I have it and I probably should just throw it away, but I'm a hoarder and I can't get rid of anything. Another foundation that was very similar to that aspect, but it did go on a little bit smoother, but it moved around with the brush quite a bit. And ironically, the foundation I'm about to show you came, or you had to buy, like, it has a special brush that goes with it. This is the Juice Beauty Phytopigments Flawless Serum Foundation. I was so excited to get this. This was sent to me in PR. They reached out to, or one of us reached out to somebody, I don't even remember because it was a little while ago, but they were so sweet, sending this beautiful package of products to try out. They did send the Phytopigments Illuminating Primer, and I do like this. This feels beautiful on the skin. It doesn't fill in the pores, but it feels very smoothing and gives you kind of a little glow peeking out from underneath your foundation, because I have very oily skin, but I do get dry around certain areas, like my acne marks or around my nose or just random areas, and that kind of like smoothed it out a little bit. Whereas I felt like even whether I used that primer or not, this foundation clung to those dry spots, and I even wrote to them, was like, hey, do you have tips or tricks for me to use? So I am waiting to hear back about that. So I don't want to totally bash it because it is newer to me, but it's not my favorite. The next thing, and I liked this for a good while, but then I felt like either my skin changed or maybe the product started to dry out, because I bought two of them, and this was a huge rage this year in 2017. The Wet n Wild Soft Beige Nude Ivory Photo Focus foundations. I mean, it's nice, it's affordable, it goes on and covers everything, but there's just something about the wearing that where it cracks up around my face and my oily areas really bad, even if I set it with a powder. So I don't use this if it's a day that I need my makeup to last. Like if I'm going to work, I'm not going to use this foundation because I want my makeup to look half decent towards the end of my shift, you know, and I don't really always have the chance to touch up. So I don't trust this foundation. I'm sorry. I don't. I like it, but I don't love it. Okay, so the next one is the CoverGirl Outlast Stay Fabulous. This is old. I need to throw these away. I have a problem, but I have 825, 810. This was really nice. I started using it the other day just to kind of like remind myself, and you know, that's gross. I need to throw them away because they're super old, and pretty much empty. And it's very matte. So if my skin was like pretty clear that day and it looked really like smooth with just moisturizer and stuff like that, that went on and looked beautiful. But when I started getting some breakouts going, it kind of would go around the breakout and not cover the breakout. I don't know why, even if it was a smooth breakout. And I just had some troubles with it. So that's why I feel like I kind of steered away from it originally, where it looks good in this area, but anywhere where I had some breakouts, it just didn't sit on this, like stick to the skin quite right. Something that is beyond new. I literally just got this a couple of days ago because I got this, what, Sunday, and it's Friday. This is the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Hydrating Tinted Tint. It has hyaluronic acid in it, moisturizes plumps skin for 24 hours. This is really nice. It's a wonderful color for me. It's got like the doe foot applicator, which reminds me of like Tarte or Clinique. And it's very much a tint, and I wish it was like, just like scratch out the tint part and put a little more coverage in here because it feels so good. And the reason I went for this over something that was a little more full coverage in the drugstore, because I do like to buy more drugstore than anything, was because I love the Better Skin foundation from Maybelline. I don't know if they're discontinuing this or something. Like, I was texting my friends trying to find it if they were at their store, because when I went to Walmart to buy this for this past weekend, it was clearance and they didn't have my shade. I literally freaked out. I was like, no! I started screaming in the aisle. My kid thought I was insane. So that's why I ended up going and buying this, because I love how this makes satin not dewy where you're shiny, and not like super matte where you have no kind of color or like no sheen to it. This is that perfect middle of the road, covers my like rough, you know, dry patches so well. You know, you can still see it, but it's like blended smooth. I don't know. I really love this foundation. The only thing about this one was the colors were a little bit off. They were kind of pinky. So maybe they're reformulating this and coming out with better shades, because please, I wish this had the coverage of this, and I would buy a million of these if I could find them, especially on clearance. Alright, the next thing is going to be the Lorac oil-free, paraben-free, fragrance-free, SPF 20. It says that it has vitamin A, E, olive extract, lemon fruit extract, all these amazing things, and I was so excited and I wanted to love this. But there's just something with the consistency where it sits on top of your skin, so it doesn't even look good when you're done doing your makeup. Like, there's some foundations, such as maybe the Wet n Wild, where it looks good right after you're done your makeup and you're like, wow, I'm a makeup artist, I'm fabulous. But this one just, I cannot get it to look not heavy. So no, I don't love that one. The other one, I did a video on this, a dedicated video on the Amazing Cosmetics products. I don't like this. It has a weird, waxy, very thick emollient feel to it. If you have super dry skin or in like a cold climate, you may love this, but I don't. I live in Arizona. It is dry as out here, and no. This is the Jouer Matte Moisture Tint Sunscreen Foundation. I got this at Generation Beauty last year. Again, I should probably throw this out. Gross. But it is beautifully pale, which is amazing. Oh, I see it's coming out like clear. I need to mix it up. It is beautifully pale, because sometimes I am a little more pale than other times. And this has, it's called Linen, so I don't know if that's the lightest shade, but it is pretty light, and that is impressive. It has a slight yellow, but it is good because that's my undertone. Not as pink as other foundations can be, and I like this one, but it is super matte. And I'm kind of more erring on the side of more natural, not dewy where you're glossy, not matte where you're flat. That was kind of funny. I want a middle of the road. I wish this had a little bit more of an emolliency to it, and it would be really nice. I'm being extra picky with this. This is the Makeup Forever HD Stick Foundation. Now, I really didn't like this when I first tried it, but since I'm kind of running thin on my foundation, like I have a million here, but some of them are a little old, so I don't use them. Or like when I started really running out of my Maybelline, I was like, maybe I'll try this again. The color's okay. It's a little dark for me at the moment. It is the 125 or the Y315. And I don't know. It's just... it's just heavy. And even when I like, I'll put it on the back of my hand and I'll take my Real Techniques blending brush, or what is it, the face brush or something, yeah, expert face brush, and I'll like pick this up and then I'll like buff it in, or I'll like pat it onto the skin. It covers my blemishes really well, but it leaves that like shine of having a foundation or a stick form there, and I don't like that. So I have to set it with a ton of powder and then I look really cakey. I'm just not finding the right balance, and maybe I'm just terrible at makeup. It really makes me feel like I'm terrible at makeup when I've had such issues with all of these foundations. The True Match Lumi, I should have returned this. I should have known better. I don't like it. It is too like chalky in this area when I was, if I remember correctly, it was looking weird in here, but really dry down here, but really like wet. It was just really strange. My skin hates it. It just does. This is the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue Tinted Hydrating Gel Cream. Now, if you can find this in a shade that fits well for you, I would say try it. But then again, I did purchase it in a very light shade because this one's really dark for me. Like, I should contour with this. I don't know how I got this one. Oh, Generation Beauty again. It's really dark. So I liked it when I would like water it down with a lighter foundation, like let's say mixing these two guys together, because this one's really pale and this one's super duper dark. This one's more emollient tinted, moisturizing, comfortable feeling, whereas this one's more matte, flat. Maybe I should try that again tomorrow, because I don't remember if I've actually tried that combo, because it would kind of maybe balance them out, or it would make them cause it to separate, so we'll see. But when I bought the lighter shade in the Complexion Rescue, it didn't sit on the skin the same as the dark one did. So I don't know if there's just different pigmentation types within the line that cause it to be different, because this looks beautiful on. Like, I wish I was this deep. This is Natural 05. I wish I was this deep so I could wear this, because it doesn't cover everything, but it's a perfect summer foundation. Then I have the Ready Set Gorgeous from CoverGirl. I don't even know if they still sell these, so I probably should not. It's embarrassing that I have these. I liked this for a good while because I felt like it was thin and it felt really light on my skin, but I need a little bit more coverage, especially with like my post-acne marks. Oh, here's another one. This is in tan. Oh, this is even darker than the natural one. Like, I will never probably wear this, unfortunately. I have a eons old, but I'm keeping this technically because I want the pump and I don't want it to like dry out. This is the Double Wear Estee Lauder foundation that everybody talks about. When it first started getting hyped up on the internet, I went out and bought it, and I saved up my money because it is pricey. And I got the Clinique pump, I want to say. It's very dry. It reminds me a lot of the Revlon Color Stay, which I don't think I have one of those in here any longer. I haven't tried it in a really long time. No, I don't have one. But the Revlon, I think that's what it's called, Color Stay? The Color Stay. Very matte, very full coverage. I'm being picky. It was too much, too heavy. This I did not like, and everybody loves the Fit Me line, and I just cannot love it. This is the Matte and Poreless, and it was just so drying on my skin. I mean, I'll pull it out and try it again now that my skin's a little different, but I feel like I can't love that. It did not look good. Like, you go to put other products on and your skin just looks dull and like crusty. You're like, that's not attractive. All right, what else is in here? We got the Lorac Natural Performance Foundation. I got it in MP3 and MP2, and I still cannot get the perfect shade in this. This one is super yellow. This one is really dark. Even when you mix them together, it's just a strange color, and it feels pretty good on the skin. It covers really well. It wears decently, not amazingly, throughout the day. I just can't get the colors right, and that's really frustrating for me. The last foundation I want to talk about is probably one of my favorites. Like, I will probably always have one of these in my collection, this is like a love-hate relationship. This is the Makeup Forever HD Liquid Foundation, and I actually have 4 of them, and I think I decluttered in my trash, or what's in my trash, a couple weeks ago, 1 or 2 of them. It's kind of one of those foundations where I'm like, oh, I can trust that one. But they're so pricey. I mean, some of those I did receive in PR eons ago. That's why I have so many. But it is pricey. And even though I received it in PR, I feel weird using it every single day because I know of how expensive it was. And I would rather find something drugstore to use more every day and reserve these nicer, more fancy ones for special events. Does that make any sense? I don't know. All right, I think that is everything I wanted to share with you. Again, let me know. I'm so curious to see what it is that you have been using down below. If you have like similar skin as I get really shiny. Look, I'm already shiny in here. It's ridiculous. And I break out like crazy down here. Guys, I'm almost 30. I'm turning 30 next week. This is unacceptable. But we can work through this together. Find a foundation that works well. Ideally, I want to look natural and satiny. I want it to last all day and not crease in my lines. And I want it to be the right color. That would be amazing. Even today, I'm a little bit darker than I want to be. So yeah, I would love to hear your suggestions. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.